Based at this point, you have listened very intently for 22 minutes. Where is Gregory with the microphone? Do you have any specific questions?
I've used it in the past offering a written agenda for the presentation and found that goes well. Do you agree?
That would be, yeah, very good, especially, yeah, if you've got their input. Yeah, very good idea.
Patricia, could you just repeat for me, pilot, presentation? There was another piece in there that I think
Yeah, the question is, when you're getting to the point and they're asking you, this sounds good, what would it cost? If you have had them help you, well, they've told you how much the problem is costing them, then it's a lot easier for you to say with a straight face. It is based on the sales you're losing, or whatever their problem is, your current technology, your current whatever, my fee is inconsequential. The question we should probably be focusing on is, do we have a pilot program? You want to roll it out? And certainly you have to come up with a price, but you want to get them off the price. And what would be the best way so they start thinking how this could work with them. And they know you have to give your clients options of yeses. Yeah.
You're just about to start your presentation when the boss of the client company says, "Excuse me, Patricia, I've got to take a phone call outside."
Then he's the boss. You say, thank you for letting, you're glad he's not walking out because he's not interested.
So you would go ahead with the presentation.
Sure. Well, you could say, would you like me to start the presentation or wait till you're back? They're in control.
How do you use storytelling and keep it concise and effective in a business scenario?
Stories. So you want to make sure that you do as much preparation before, you make it you-focused, you design your presentation around what they want, even though it's going to include. So let's look at the chunks of your presentation. So you know speech diagram, you have your points of wisdom, and the circles, which are the stories, the examples. So you take their first problem, and then how your methodology, advice, software could solve it. And then you prove it with a client story. Now, your client stories, and these need to be what I call your back pocket stories. With your presentation, depending on each group, you know what stories would be most appropriate for this setting. If it's a technology company that has $2 billion in sales, it would be nice if you could match it with another company $2 billion in sales. Now, that doesn't mean you're not giving other examples, but you want them, you are going to answer their unasked questions. 1, are you used to doing business with companies of our size? What would it look like if we said yes? Both circumstances are great to tell stories. Now, there is a formula. Write this down. This isn't in your handout. Situation, solution, success. Think of your best client. If I said, could you give me the name of another hostess who's just had a party? Could you tell me who just signed up for your coaching program? Could you tell me a client you've consulted with? And imagine Who is that person? We all have the people that we know. Here are 3 or 4 people you're always going to give for a reference because they're always going to say, you walk on water. Now take that person in your mind and imagine that they said, help, and stated their problem before they met you. Now, when you deliver that, you always deliver in dialogue. If you were to talk to John Smith, Senior Vice President of Marketing at the name of the company, that is what it is. You give the credentials and their backstory. If you're talking to a senior vice president, it would be very nice if your example at least matches his or her role. Now, I know they didn't say help, but imagine they did. I don't care if you cold called and solicited the business. When you finally got to them, imagine they called and said, help, Dan, we are the best company in Cleveland and our competition is eating our lunch because they're getting more publicity and PR than we are. In dialogue. Now, this is a clue. Put your name in it.